Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to the Real Sicilian YouTube channel. And today I am going through my pantry for you to kind of give you an idea of what the kind of things you should keep in your pantry if you're going to be trying to incorporate bringing Sicily into your life back, in the United States while you're waiting to travel or move or anything like that. So first thing that we have to talk about is absolutely important: olive oil. I get this from Costco. It's an organic extra virgin olive oil. Also, I use this for just everyday sauteing, things like that. But when I'm making a salad, or like a potato salad or a vegetable salad, I use this Partana olive oil from Sicily. It just has a little bit different flavor, and I like it better for salads. So since we're working with olive oil, let's talk about the next thing that kind of goes with that, and that's vinegar. This is one of my favorites. It's a white balsamic vinegar. I love it. You use it for everything, as far as salads, like if I'm making a potato salad or a lettuce salad, even like a green bean salad or anything like that, my default would be the white balsamic. My husband prefers these two, just a straight red wine and white wine vinegar. These are always on hand for salads, to make anything agrodolce, which is where you mix the sugar and the vinegar together. You can add it to onions. You use it when you're making caponata, things like that. So we always have at least 3 vinegars, and we have the 2 olive oils. Next thing that I have in my pantry from Trader Joe's, pistachios. We love to eat nuts here, and these are really good just to snack on, or you can add them into dishes to just add a little bit of crunch, and you can always toast them, but they're already roasted, so these are fine. This is something I use like sometimes twice a day, but I have chamomile tea in my pantry at all times. I never run out of it. I use chamomile. Is very relaxing. I do have anxiety, so I use this as a preventative. And then also, chamomile can lower your blood pressure. So if you ever are concerned and I'm also into natural remedies for everything, so I don't use any pharmaceuticals, so I use the chamomile for my anxiety prevention, and also if there is ever like a panic attack or anything that comes on, this is my go-to. And then also it can be used as a preventative for high blood pressure. This is obviously my opinion. It's not from your doctor, so always check with your doctor whenever you're treating any type of health condition. This is what I use. It works for me. Next thing that I have is honey from Icaria, Greece. So if anyone knows me, you know that I'm very into the blue zones. Icaria, Greece is one of the blue zones, and this is it's an anima honey. It is extremely thick, so it doesn't, it's like you can just like eat it with a spoon. I have this at least once a day. So it's supposed to be very, have a lot of natural properties to it that will help for health. Next thing that I have, let's get into some spices. This is what I use all the time. I get it's pepper, and I have it in a pre-packaged grinder. I just love the fresh pepper. And also then we have crushed red peppers. All of these things are used, like every single day in cooking. We actually order this Mediterranean sea salt. Oops, sorry, I spilled it all over my counter. We ordered this from Amazon in like a 5-gallon bucket, and then we just fill up this Tupperware container when it runs low. Just because you're using so much, we eat pasta every single day, so you have to add quite a bit to the pasta water, and then also just it's a better alternative than an iodized salt. It just has, you know, it's more natural than any processed product that we have available. So we order it online. It actually comes from Sicily. So I'll leave links for, and you know, and anything that you can buy online in the description of the video. Next thing, this, I don't know where you can get it, but I have seen it. It is fresh oregano that we got from, it's kind of coming off the stems because it's a few years, it's like a year old, but it's oregano from Sicily. And we put it in a vacuum sealed bag, but now it's been open. But I keep it and I put it in a little container. I use it almost every day in salads, in my potato salad, in my lettuce salads, and it just has such an amazing flavor than anything I could get here. Now, I do see it if you go to a grocery store that has more ethnic options, you may be able to find something very similar to this. It may be already taken off the stem, but it will definitely be more fragrant and more flavorful than anything you would get in a spice jar. Also, I like the dried oregano versus fresh for some things, just because it does have a different flavor profile. Next thing I happen to have here, I'm speaking of salads and oregano, I have these little baby reds, and there's, I mean, this isn't probably the best thing, it's not organic or anything, but they make an incredible salad. They're so easy to cook because they're all the same size, and then I just like quarter them or cut them in half, and then I'll make like a summery olive oil vinegar based dressing for the salad. So moving on here, we're going to kind of change spots here. So the next thing is we're going to get into anchovies. If you are cooking Sicilian recipes, there's so many places where you could add anchovy. Even if you're not, I think a lot of things going on in flavors, anchovies is becoming a more popular item. We use it, you know, we just eat them straight out of the can. We use them in a bunch of different pastas with broccoli, pasta, aglio olio. It's just always on hand. We have to have anchovies. This is something I found, it's not Sicilian, but I found this at Trader Joe's. It's chickpeas in parsley and cumin. I love Mexican food, so and I love Greek food, so I love this. I put these in a vegetable salad to add some protein to it, and a lettuce salad, and you could also just make a salad with that and some like tomatoes. Next thing, this is what I have available in my area. It's a brand from Italy, but I love it. I use the albacore, and then I also have the regular one, and you always get them packed in oil, not water. So it just preserves the tuna much better, and it's extremely good. You can make a salad just with the tuna and oregano, salt, and pepper. Eat it like that. You can add tomatoes, or you can make it into, I make a pasta with tuna with capers and mint. So that's my next thing, capers. I always have capers available in my house. You can get, these are a little bit larger, than there's really tiny ones. I love capers. I love them almost more than the Castelvetrano olive. I put these in salads, in, you know, with potatoes, with tuna. You know, you can make a lot of different things to add some flavor to your dinner menu with the capers. Next thing that this is a Mexican or Latino brand product, but it's hard for me to find lentils here, and it's really nice to have it in a can because it's just a little bit less cooking. You don't have to worry about soaking it, so you can use this for a quick dinner. You can add these into a salad, or you can make a pasta, or you can just make a stew with the lentils, and just have a really healthy dinner. So it's always great to have, I always have a can of lentils in my pantry. This is something I found on Amazon. We have a lot of tenerume and in our freezer from our garden. And this is the main, I wanted to use a cherry tomato for the base of the sauce that goes with it. But this I used just recently. I blended it and I made just a straight tomato basil sauce with it for dinner. I kind of combined this tomato and a San Marzano whole peel tomato, and then I just blended them and made them into a salad, into a sauce. You can actually leave them whole and just do a quick saute with some garlic and basil, salt and pepper, a little bit of sugar, and this would make a great pasta dish. And you can always use them for soups or stews or anything else. I always have, actually you can see I have this brand, and then I bought this brand on Amazon just to kind of like flavor test them, see which one I like better. And then always have some whole peel tomato. This is from Costco, but it's a San Marzano. So it's a great thing to have that you can do like a ton of stuff with any type of canned tomato product. It's just a versatile thing to have in your pantry. Then of course I have the passata. This is the base for what we usually make a tomato basil pasta sauce with. You can also use this for meatloafs or just to enhance any soups or stews or anything. You know, there's just like I said, it's another like completely versatile product that you should have in your pantry. It's just wonderful. My husband really, he does the cooking of this. This is arborio rice. So he is really good at making risotto. I know how to make it. He's just much better. He's more patient in with cooking and everything in life than I am. So with this, you know, this is the rice you use to make risotto. It's also the rice that you use to make the arancini. It can also be, this can be the rice that you can use if you wanted to make a paella, you know, which is a Spanish dish. This would be the type of rice that you would use in your pantry. Next, fire roasted red peppers. So this is a sweet red pepper, not a hot. These can be used so many different ways. I make a dish with in the oven with Italian sausage and then potatoes, and I add these at the end because they're already cooked, just to add some more flavor to the potatoes, and it goes well, like extremely well with the sausage. So that's a great dish to have available. The next thing, I'm kind of embarrassed because of this brand, but this is all they had available and we wanted to make meatballs. So always have breadcrumbs. You can make your own breadcrumbs. You can buy a store-bought breadcrumb. You can buy them seasoned or unseasoned. It's all up to you. I just bought the seasoned ones because that was available, but I use those all the time. Like, we're big on breading and frying things. We love to do that. So I love cutlets, any type of like chicken, pork, beef, all of it can be made into a cutlet. Also, I use them for meatballs. I use them on pork chops. I buy a pork steak, and I have a recipe on the site that's super easy for a weeknight meal with a pork steak and the breadcrumbs in the oven. And that's breadcrumbs. I mean, if you don't have breadcrumbs, then you're not cooking Sicilian food. Okay, so this is my Nespresso pods. They are in my pantry just because I love them. I get decaf. They're just a pod. They go in my machine, and I'll show you the machine right here. So here's my Nespresso machine. This makes the best espresso. I mean, it blows away. I mean, ever since I bought this, I rarely go out for coffee, just because this coffee is so delicious. I mean, they really did a great job with their machine and with the coffee pods, and just the quality is just amazing. Last but not least, you're thinking, where's the pasta? Well, this is the brand that we love. We go to a grocery store that is about 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away from our house. They have they have like each aisle with like ethnic foods. So they're called an international store, but it's a local company. So they have this pasta on sale all the time. Fusilli is my granddaughter's favorite pasta. Also my daughter. So they love this just with tomato sauce. And we have a lot of different kinds. So I found this kind now. They have a specialty pasta from Granoro that's made with the grain from Puglia. And it's an orecchiette shape. So I bought this because I love orecchiette with rapini or broccoli rabe. Just like simple pasta. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So I bought this because I got inspired to cook the pasta with rapini. Now I just have to find the rapini, which is not easy in this market. Next pasta that I have is the ditalini shape. This is just a tiny little tube, and I get it from the same brand. And this is great for soups. For my granddaughter loves it with a spoon, you know, just with some tomato sauce. And you add it when you make your pasta with lentils. You can use a ditalini. You can use it when you make any type of like soupy, stewy type dish. Those are a great addition to that. Next thing, I'm so excited. At Costco, we found the cut casarecce. And this is actually garofalo, and it's organic. And we get this, it comes in like a pack of 6 with different shapes. But I was so excited because if you're Sicilian and you can find casarecce in America where you live, it is incredible. It holds all the flavors of your sauce in there really, really nicely. You can use it just for regular sauce or for pasta forno, which is just something that we do in it. Pasta forno literally means pasta oven. So you just make a pasta in the oven. This is great for that. Segue to that, Anelletti is always in my pantry. I order this on Amazon. And this is a special pasta. It's almost like if you can imagine a spaghetti-o. So this is what we make for holidays. And we make it with the ragu sauce, and then we bake it with cheese in the oven. And I love to add eggplant to it. My husband likes to have it with hard-boiled eggs added to it. He's from Palermo area, so I think they like to do that in their pasta forno. So that's really something that we have all the time, and I'll have a link for that too. And then this is this is what we fight about all the time. This is my favorite cut of long pasta, linguine fini. It is just a little bit thinner than a traditional linguine noodle. So they're thinner than the fettuccine. I love these for, I think there's a time and place for a short pasta, and then there's a time for a long pasta. And we also found these, he was excited, a little mini bucatini, which is It's like a round pasta, but it has a hollow inside. So it really holds sauce really well. And there's always a time for a long pasta. I use it for my pasta with tuna. Also pasta with escarole. I use the linguine fini. That's my favorite. I like it. I prefer it. Not everybody likes it, so you kind of do what you want. You don't have to abide by everything, but I believe like certain pastas should have a long pasta and certain pastas should have a short. This is one of my favorites, and I'm so excited that they came out with the grain from Puglia. It's almost like a lasagna noodle, but it's small. It's like, you know, it's like a shorter, thinner lasagna noodle. It is called, what is this cut called? Tripoline. So I love it with like a meat sauce. So like if you're gonna make a ragu, or just, you know, like I like to do ground lamb with some, you know, carrot, celery, and with a tomato sauce with the passata. And this pasta that I just showed you, the tripoline, is like a really great pasta for that. And my granddaughter likes it too. So that is what's in our Sicilian house pantry right at this moment. I hope you get some ideas and inspiration from this. And thank you so much for watching. And please like and subscribe.